Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here. I'm very excited to do this is my very first video, so I'm very excited to do this and to share with you guys. And I am greeting you from Nepal, Kathmandu, where we are currently also in self-quarantine for almost a month now, which is a little bit long, but that's totally fine. It's kind of a shift and it's kind of a learning curve as well, and I took this space the past period to kind of retreat myself. So that is actually what I wanted to share with you guys here, because I know we are in the same situation all over the world. We are all having we are most of the time more inside our house, and to create a safe environment inside your house, a place where you can retreat yourself, and using the tools to retreat yourself and which tools you can use. So therefore here are my quarantine essentials. Quarantine is a very difficult word for me for some reason, but I have some essentials here which I want to share with you guys what I have been using the past month actually, and actually what I've sometimes used daily on a daily basis, not only when I'm in quarantine. However, I like to share with you that maybe you can add some pieces which you can use into your daily practice to slightly move inwards. So I'm gonna share a couple of them. So the first one will be inspiration. Inspiration is everywhere, is out there for like everywhere. Personally, I like to get inspired by things which happens outside. So I have a communication, maybe ladies of the retreat, so it's more kind of like connection, and you get inspired from people. However, inspirational people do write books. So therefore I want to share with you my first actually, the book I've been reading the past time, I actually started with it, and it was very inspirational and it was very interesting. Then I just kind of left it a little bit, and I kind of picked it up during my retreats on my own here. So this one I want to share with you, it's Silence. No worries if you cannot see it from here. I'm gonna share more about it in a picture, and I will put the title below so you can have all the selection of everything, so no worries about that. Silence. Silence is actually one of the most important things, because we shifted from having a super busy life of having not so busy lives, but be with ourselves, which also can be maybe in silence. So basically this book is about the power of the quiet in a world full of noise. So basically, how do we eliminate the noise, and how do we quiet our mind and find inner peace? It is a beautiful mindfulness book which gives you maybe the tools how to move inwards and how to create a silent mind and to eliminate all the noise, because sometimes when we are in silence, our mind might be even more noisy. So how do we understand and how do we observe these thoughts? It's a very beautiful book, so if you do have the opportunity to order online or get an ebook, go for it. It's a nice read, it's enjoyable, and it's very inspirational. It's written by the monk who is one of the mindful masters. I can never pronounce his name, I'm sorry, but it's okay, I'm not gonna go there. I'm so sorry. It's Silence. So I'm gonna write it down for you, because it's probably very weird what I'm gonna say then. So that is one of my absolute essentials to in this period. And besides that, I have another one which for me is actually very important to tune in with my inner wisdom. Because since we do have a lot of things into our mind, and sometimes we have to get it out, right? So we have to get it out of our mind and put it out there. While it is released out there, you also create more quietness inside. So therefore, I like to write as much as possible. I like to journal, or I have this small booklet most of the time inside my bag where I just write things down. If I get inspired somewhere, I write things down, or I want to do that, I write things down. Maybe even if I want to be a little creative and I want to sketch something, I do that in this small little booklet, which is always inside my bag. Anyways, always important to have with you and to have there, because it's really, really nice to do. And so not only in quarantine, absolutely not, just go for this. It's a really nice thing to have inside your bag. So besides that, you can also, for example, journal a little bit more bigger, not in the small booklets, but in just a little bit of bigger notebook. For example, you can keep a diary of what you do, maybe what do you feel, things you like to do. Sometimes I believe to do this can be a little bit more tricky, because like if you sometimes your to-do list can be so big and it almost is not reachable. So like be careful with that. Just write down things you might be your dreams or your beliefs or anything like that, basically. Just put it out there, outside your mind, inside your inspiration book maybe, or your diary, or start to write a beautiful love novel. Maybe that is also quite nice. I'm starting this book already for 2 years now. It's not a love book or something. Maybe I will go do that at some point, because I'm a romantic and I loved love books. Love books, like they call it like chick lit, which I think is ridiculous. It's just romantic. If you're just a romantic person, just go for that. So I'm sidetracking again, sorry. The other one I like to do is pick up inner compass cards. These cards are absolutely gorgeous, but not just absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beneficial for yourself. So basically, every morning I'm picking a card. I even let my husband pick a card, which he sometimes, you have to like it, right? So it's also nice to just do it on your own and just your own personal thing. That's what I started to do. And just pick a card. The card is your inner compass. So you kind of know what it represents for you, because you are your own healer. You are able to do so many things which are which you maybe don't even know. And I think inner compass cards your subconscious is know already everything. So basically you can dive deeper into your subconscious mind, understanding, and give you yourself that push. Yeah, I like this and I love it. And they're just not only gorgeous, but they are very, very inspiring every time. And guess what? The inspirer is you. So that is also a nice thing, right? So What is also for me very nice to do it, like I have my meditation practices. I'm meditating every morning while I start my day. It's kind of like a ritual. And with these rituals, I like to use sage. I think in every household, sage is kind of important because it's a purifier, it's a cleanser, and even in ancient history, they use it to purify the house. And that's also what I prefer to do, especially if you enter a new space where they had a lot of energies from other people who moved there before. You can burn this and put it inside every corner, everywhere into your house to sage it out. Basically just cleans it. And these bundles you can buy almost everywhere, not in every country though. For example, here in Nepal they don't have it. This one comes actually from Holland. So if you don't have that, don't let it discourage you to not use it. Of course, there are many other things to use as well, but this one is quite powerful. And you can just grow your own sage and dry it and burn it. So while I'm doing a meditation practice, I notice, especially during this period, like I like to move inwards, but also to root myself more, to activate the root chakra. And of course, when we are in this position, we are rooting here. You're grounding, especially since your home base is your safe haven, is your space where you can ground and be yourself, basically, right? During these periods, it might also be a little bit more, you have maybe a little bit fear. Especially since you read like a lot of news, for example, it kind of gets to you. So this fear can result in anxiety. Basically, it does not make you calm. So I like to use things which are calming. So they basically cleanse for anxiety and all these kind of fear, like negative emotions in general. So I use my Smokey quartz crystal. It's a very, very beautiful crystal, which is basically like, as the name says it, it's a smoky quartz, which is a little bit, you see a little dash of smoke inside. It's kind of a mystical stone. It's used in Asian history a lot, also in Feng Shui, because it's a cleanser. So it also cleans the space, cleans the energy inside of you, and it is a root chakra stone. So what I do while I'm doing the meditation is I'm putting it in my palm of my hand, placing it down, and meditate. It's close towards your root chakra, a little bit in front of your pelvis. If you don't have a big one as me, you can even place it on your root chakra. But for me, this one is slightly uncomfortable to do that. But it's a magical stone. So this might be an interesting one for you to have during these periods. Kind of rooting yourself, getting back to our foundation. So if we're gonna stay in the stone chapter, I have one more essential which I really love, and it's one which I really use not too often, I must say. Sometimes I carry this one for quite a little bit, but as this says, this is a very personal one. So it is one which is maybe not for everyone. You either like it and you are interested and you want to dive deeper into it, please do go for it, because it's quite magical. It is my pendulum. So I found this pendulum in India, It's a beautiful combination of amethyst, kyanite, lapis lazuli, aventurine, clear quartz, and bloodstone. It's a pretty interesting one. And basically, sometimes when I am a little bit confused and I would like to dive deeper into my subconscious and I want to have the answers from myself, which I'm not able to give myself always that easily, um, I'm taking my pendulum and I'm tuning in with myself and getting the answers basically. However, this is a practice you have to kind of dive deeper into to understand it because first you have to kind of set your pendulum, understanding the direction, which is a yes, which is a no. I mean, it's a very interesting thing to go deeper into, but I might will do that in a video as well to dive deeper into the pendulum. Curious if you do like that. Yeah, just check it out and do some research about it. It's an interesting thing. I enjoy this. Um, so if you can see, there are many things which are quite calming, which are very nurturing, but also going more inwards. Also, what I really like to use is essential oils. So I have this lavender which I use a lot. I use it in my bedroom to diffuse. I have this nice small um, ceramic diffuser, which it doesn't matter what type of diffuser you have, to be honest, it doesn't matter. I like these small cute ceramic ones. So basically, like, you put a couple of drops in it, you burn it, and it gets spread into the area. Essential oils are very, very potent, and lavender is a quite strong one, but it's so amazingly calming. I I take myself basically with the oil towards the south of France to walk in the lavender fields where I have great memories because scents have also a memory. Um, Therefore, I think they are very interesting for the mind as well. And honestly, I don't know anyone who doesn't like lavender, so it probably will give you a good vibration. um, Having said that, it is also such a calming one, so it's very good for sleep. So if you have problems to go to sleep, maybe you get distracted, mm, this one is very good for that. So either you can diffuse it or just place a couple of drops on your pillow and sleep. And there are many other things where you can use lavender essential oil for, also for the skin. But once again, might be nice for another video in the future, which gives me like a nice, like, oh, let's make more videos. So as you might know, if you follow me already for a little bit, I like to use a lot of skincare products. I like to make my own skincare products, and I like to use the ones which are quite organic, natural. It's most of them are made out of even food, and or tea. So now I created very recently in the quarantine actually the rose water tonic. It's made from fresh, nice rose petals, which are dried, with hazel and lime. I'm gonna share this recipe and the amount of each thing in a new video or maybe a post. I don't know yet. So self-care rituals for yourself are super good and super nourishing because taking this time for yourself to nourish, to feed you, putting a salve on, feeling beautiful, feeling taken care of by yourself. It's kind of a self-love thing, right? And I like to do all sorts of things. I take it to the next level with a mud mask or turmeric mask or anything, cucumbers. Sometimes my husband see me laying on the bed with aloe vera and cucumbers on my face. Happens. It's very soothing. I have a very sensitive skin. So yeah, so basically these are the essentials, and I am very excited to share this with you, and I hope it is something you can use, and I hope it's something which might be inspiring you to take a little bit that extra time for yourself, to take a little bit the extra care for yourself, and to tap into your inner wisdom, to tap into your self practices basically. I hope you enjoyed this, and I really love to do this one more time, maybe two more or three more, or maybe more. I don't know. Yeah, you can always ask me anything if you wish to know a little bit more about these items. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, and yeah, like I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much.